This is Gabriel Gonzalez for Cage Side Press, and I'm here. She is the PFL lightweight champion of 2019, and of course, the two-time gold medalist in judo for the United States, making her Invicta debut one night only, Kayla Harrison. Kayla, how are you doing? I know you're doing the whole hotel quarantine right now. How's that treating you?
Yeah, it's different, different it's different times we live in right now. Can't leave the room, kind of gotta just hang out. Different for me, especially because I'm cutting to 145, so I'm like, just, it's going all right though. I'm excited to just be here and fight.
I mean, let's get into that. We know, obviously, with PFL taking the year off, and you were very vocal. Like, I have a contract, I want to fight. So, one night loan, one night only. PFL is on board. They're promoting it. Invicta's obviously excited in promoting it. So, everyone wants to know just what can you tell us about how this deal came together to get you over there for one night?
Yeah, I mean, I said early in the year that, mark my words, I wasn't gonna go a whole year without fighting, and I meant it. Um, Obviously, the PFL is not doing fights this year, so we had to figure out a way to make that happen. And a lot of work went in behind the scenes to get this done. Ali did a good job of making sure that this happened, and now it's here finally. So I'm gonna fight here 145. I'm gonna fight one more time before I finish out my contractual duties next year.
When you mean by fight one more time, you mean fight one time in 2020 before doing your stuff for the 2021 season?
Yeah, I mean, listen,
Okay.
I was supposed to fight 4 times this year. So if they tell me they got to fight for me next week, then I'm gonna take a fight next week. But I'm gonna fight hopefully twice before the season next year.
Okay, so is there a good chance it would be an Invicta fight most likely before the 2021 season then?
I'm not entirely sure. I think so, but I'm super happy and thankful to Invicta for opening their arms to me, allowing me to come under their organization and fight. I'm thankful to Courtney King for stepping up and accepting the fight when no one else would, and hopefully I fight for Invicta again. I like so far it's been nothing but good stuff from them, and they've it's been really good, very professional.
Real fast on the logistical side of things, how long have you known about this deal and this possible fight date? Because obviously it was announced rather recently for us, but how long have you known?
Not much longer before you guys. It was always it was something that we've been working towards for a long time now, and I was obviously getting very frustrated, wanted to fight, not able to fight. But they sort of came together very last second, and I've been in the gym, been training, stayed ready, stayed focused, done my due diligence, waiting for the opportunity to arise, and luckily for me, my opportunity is here.
Gotcha. Well, obviously, you've talked a lot about, fighting at featherweight. That's to be one of the greats. You're going to have to fight those notable fighters in that division. So we know you're going back to 155, for next season. But how much of this is like, the experiment, testing how your body's going to feel, the weight cut, all that other stuff?
Yeah, I mean, it's no secret most of my career, I mean, all of my career, I don't believe in cutting weight. I've been against it. I'm still against it. I still don't believe cutting weight. I don't think it sends a good message to kids. I think it's super unhealthy for our bodies. I think it can be dangerous at times, getting in a cage, getting punched in the head after dehydrating your body to extreme amounts. But I think that this is number one, I don't want to cut weight because I'm hypoglycemic and I have low blood sugar. Number two, I don't think it sends the right message. And number three, from a young age, I was taught that if you're going to win, you're going to win at whatever weight you fight, and it doesn't matter who's across from you. And that's something that I really, truly believe and was instilled in me. But sort of this year has thrown a lot of curveballs at me, and I had to make some choices. It was either, sit on my high horse and say, no, I'm not going to cut weight, or accept the fight at 145. No one wanted to fight at 155. So I didn't really have much of a choice. So I've gotten my weight down. I've dieted. I've been very disciplined and professional about it. And hopefully I'm not going to have to cut too much. I'm about 153. So.
So, Kayla, I want to ask you this. I'm going to just say bluntly, I know everyone and their mom asks you about fight UFC, fight your teammate Amanda Nunes, etc., etc. Every time I talk about you on my show, I bring this up. I do believe if there's ever going to be that crossover, whether you leave in free agency or whether it's someone comes to PFL, it's going to be with Bellator. Just because there's a deeper roster, there's Chris
Mhm,
Cyborg, and if it's
mhm,
co-promotion, they're the ones more likely to do it, not
mhm.
UFC. I want to just get your opinion on this. Do you feel that's the most likely thing? Like, what does Kayla Harrison see in her crystal ball in terms of where are these big super fights that we all want? Where are they going to come from?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not worried about super fights or cross promotion. I'm gonna fight. I think that this fight at 145 will put a lot of the doubters who say I can't make weight or whatever, that'll hush them up for now. It'll give me, the confidence to know that I can make the weight healthily in a safe way. And my goal is really to be the best in the world. So if I want to be the best in the world, I'm going to have to probably go where the best in the world are. Um, like I said before, I'm a very one fight at a time, take it one breath at a time, one moment at a time type of fighter. Um, Knowing that the end goal is to be the best fighter in the world. So right now my focus is just Friday night, Courtney King, and then after that it'll be the next opponent, and then I will fulfill my duties, and then we'll see what happens. But you know, there's I'm in the business of Kayla Harrison, and that's it. And Kayla Harrison's job isn't to make money, it isn't to look pretty, it isn't to be famous. Kayla Harrison's job is to be the best fighter in the world.
To confirm, I know that you had signed the extension. Does your PFL contract right now go through 2021 only, or is it also to 2022?
Just 2021.
Okay, gotcha, gotcha. Before we move on to other stuff, I do want to ask you on the 145 thing, a last one. Chris Cyborg did respond and say, I like what Kayla, I like Kayla Harrison at 155. I like the idea, maybe a 150, 155
Mhm,
fight, neither of you two cut weight.
mhm,
I just wanted
mhm.
your response on that statement, because obviously that's the one that everyone thinks, well, that would be
Yeah,
the super fight.
I mean, listen, I have a lot of respect for Cyborg. I think that, what she's done in the sport is impressive, obviously, and she's one of the greats. So if she has something nice to say about me, I think that's great. I agree. The goal of obviously it was beneficial to me to not cut weight, but it also helps women's MMA. The more divisions we have, the better it is for the sport. And I come from a sport where men and women are completely equal. There's 7 male weight classes, there's 7 female weight classes. The time is exactly the same. The rules are everything's the same. So I hope that women's MMA continues to grow. Obviously, I can't create a weight class at atom weight, so I did it where I could do it, which is lightweight. And I I hope that 155 will stay around. I hope that it'll continue to grow, and there'll be a place for women fighters of all sizes to compete at. But again, I'm in the business of Kayla Harrison, and if the best opportunities for me are at 145, then um, that's probably where I'm going to have to go. So we'll see what the future holds, but I'm happy to have been a small part of helping grow the sport. And I'm definitely open to 155. Obviously, like, I'm miserable right now. So anyone who chooses to live their life like this is crazy.
I think that's when people think about training, I think everyone can see themselves, training like a beast, hitting pads. But when you tell someone, no, you got to diet this long, I think that's the one that people underestimate how tough it is, for
Yeah,
sure.
I mean, I think, well, for me, especially in the beginning, it's like I competed at 78 kilos, which is 172 pounds. I walk around about 160, 165. I usually clean up my diet a little bit before the fight, and I have one workout and I'm 155 pounds. It's never anything too crazy. But this time around, I had to be way more disciplined, way more focused with it. And one thing that I also don't like about weight cutting, it's like it becomes every workout is okay, how much weight did I lose versus okay, I focused on this technique, I got better at this. And I'm still new in the sport. I know that people want to talk about me fighting all of these veterans and things like that. But in my mind, I'm still a baby. You know, I did judo for 20 years before I felt like I had accomplished what I wanted to accomplish. And I don't have 20 years in MMA, so we gotta get better at an exponential rate at this point. But yeah, no, cutting weight is like, it's for the birds, man. This is like the people who actually eat this clean and aren't athletes and like just do this like as their daily life. I don't like, there's something wrong with them mentally. Like,
You know, I feel the same way a lot of the time, to be honest. Kayla, I gotta bring this up. I remember this. I don't think you may even remember this was me, but I want to talk about it. I was on Twitter. I was having
mm-hmm,
fun. I had some downtime, like a lot of us do. And I
mm-hmm,
was saying, by Henry Cejudo logic, after you won the title, isn't
mm-hmm.
Kayla Harrison the new Triple C? The
Amen.
gold medals. And,
Forever.
it led to this entire thing, and suddenly my mentions are all about you and Henry going back and forth. I'm going to bring up the screenshot for people who are watching the video. And then you guys spill that over to the Dominance MMA Media Day. I mean, talk to me about this. Like, are y'all cool? Like, do you have him saved as Little C or something in your phone? What is it?
Uh, well, I mean, Henry knows. Henry knows what's up. Listen, you know, he may have an Olympic title and he may have two UFC titles and all of this, but there can be no doubt when I win two Olympic gold. First of all, he also doesn't have a world title in wrestling. I have a junior world title, a senior world title, and two Olympic gold medals. Okay.
Okay.
Then you cross over into MMA. I'm gonna have two PFL titles. I'm going to have two Olympic titles. I'm going to have a world title. And then we're going to see what happens after that. So once I get to that point, you know, it doesn't even matter about weight classes and this and two different weight class champ. No, I'm just going to have all the titles. So there's just going to be no, I mean, he's going to have to bend the knee, you know, it is what it is. And he knows,
Do
he's
you,
worried.
I just remember the tweet, so I gotta ask you, do you want him to bend the knee? I mean, he's already kind of short.
He's tiny, isn't he? He's a little fella.
Oh, teasing. Do you think he fights again,
Oh,
personally?
has his name. He knows. He knows.
Do you think he fights again, or do you think he's legit done?
No, I think he fights again.
I think so too.
For sure.
Uh, Kayla, I
He's
know you not too much time. Oh yeah, he's got it. Can we close it out with a little bit of rapid fire? I got a few good ones for you.
Ooh, yeah, go for it.
All right, so Kayla, I know that you have names for both of your gold medals. Does your PFL title does the belt have a name?
Oh my gosh, I haven't named my belt yet. I should probably do that.
For people wondering, what are the names of your gold medals? Specifically, which one's London, which one's Rio?
Um, London is Freddie, and Rio is Flavia.
Any particular reason for the names?
I don't remember why Freddie. I think I was just bored. And Flavia is named after Flavio Canto, one of my favorite Brazilian judokas. But it had to be a girl because my London one was a boy. So
Oh,
Flavia, Freddie.
gotcha.
Weird.
I saw this in an interview. You have a dog named Dobby who loves socks. Do you have any other pets that are named after, Magic or other franchises?
No, I have Dobby, who is literally my little house elf, follows me around like a house elf, and then I have Gates, who's a husky, who is the world's laziest husky. I'm not even sure he might not be husky. He just sleeps 20 hours a day. So no, just Dobby and Gates, but they're quite enough.
But you've talked about a lot. You were roommates with Ronda Rousey back in the judo days. Being
Hmm.
roommates, who was better about doing chores?
Oh, me for sure.
Yeah. What was
Yeah.
what was Ronda's weakness? Like, was she bad at dishes? What was her thing?
Rhonda's favorite quote about Rhonda is, "I'm messy, not dirty." So
And
I'll
and
let you
that was
guys
true back then also.
that is what she used to say to me and everyone. I'm messy, not dirty.
All right, I'll take it from there. Finally, what is the best or however you see it, worst place that you've ever collected anytime push-ups from somebody?
Ooh, anytime push-ups. Where's the worst or best place?
I guess
I mean,
depending on your point of view, like if it was
yeah,
them.
I've been given push-ups One time someone called me on FaceTime while they were cutting weight and made me do push-ups because they were miserable, so they wanted someone else to be miserable. And I think I've had someone give me push-ups in a grocery store.
Was it anyone we'd know in terms of big name, or was it somebody, more
Uh,
anonymous?
Anonymous.
I mean,
I
not
don't
everybody's on TV a lot fighting yet, you know what I mean?
No, I don't know. I can't remember
Okay,
exactly. I've been
gotcha.
grocery.
Final one. You're fighting Courtney King. Just talk to me about what does she bring as an opponent?
I think Courtney's really game. I think she comes in there. She's not afraid to walk forward and trade punches. I know I have to worry about her jujitsu a little bit. She's got um, decent ground game. What scared me the most watching her was she always seemed to be smiling. I was like, what the? She's crazy. This girl is smiling while she's getting punched in the face. But no, I'm just super excited to get in there and compete with her. I think you guys are going to see a different Kayla, a much more well-rounded Kayla. I'm going to not be afraid to show off some of my new skills and my power. And hey, if all else fails, I'll just shoot a double.
You-
But
Hey,
I'm
why
excited.
not?
Be good.
Hey, I could tell. Well, Kayla, thanks for the time. We're definitely looking forward to this one, and just best of luck.
Thank you so much.